Hey everyone! We're going to talk about perspectives a little more today. This is part 4 of the perspective series, and if you haven't seen the previous videos, it might be better to check them out first. In this video, I'm going to go over some points that you might be curious about. Remember how I kept talking about how we are assuming the world is completely flat? Well, here's the first point. What if we want to take the curvature of the Earth into consideration? It's simple. If we don't assume the world is flat, the horizon line and the literal horizon is not the same line anymore. See, if this is the horizon line where the vanishing points lie, then this is going to be the literal horizon, or something like this at least. In most simple drawings, you can assume that these two are the same, but you can also go differentiate them if you want. Another thing I kept saying was that we are assuming the viewer or camera is facing completely straight. But what if we are not facing completely straight? What happens? That's also not too hard. All that happens is that the imaginary horizon lines are somewhere else on the canvas. They can even be tilted like this. In these cases, however, the eye level and the horizon line will not be the same line. Okay, and one more thing. What if the objects in the picture are not parallel to each other? For example, let's say there is a simple one-point perspective drawing like this. And then someone came by and knocked this object a little bit like this. Or maybe it became something like this. Is this still a one-point perspective drawing? My answer personally is that technically it is, but it doesn't really matter. See, many people get confused here, including me, but the objects in the drawing does not all have to follow the same perspective and vanishing points if they are not parallel. They will each have their own vanishing points. They only share the same vanishing points and perspectives if they are parallel to each other. This is actually one of the reasons I do not talk too much about perspective grids. I think they are kind of inconvenient because most things in the world are not really parallel to each other. The world is very messy. Are we going to draw perspective grids for all of these separate objects? You can if you want to, or if you need to, draw something super precise. Like, you know how objects look smaller and narrower if they're farther away? Just how much smaller and narrower do they become? I learned that there are actually mathematical ways to figure this out, but I decided to not talk about any of these. Unless you are specifically looking to make the preciseness your art style, or if you want to draw like an architect or something, I don't think it should be on the top of everyone's priority list. Just get the feel of the whole thing and observe a lot. I feel like that and just being creative is actually way more important. A lot of master artists don't even learn perspective because they're just that good at observing. Some even said that pictures that follow perspective rules to a T are a bit boring. So, if we are not going to go and draw perspective grids for every object, what is the easier way to integrate perspective into our drawings? The answer is boxes. There is a reason so many artists emphasize the box technique, and I think this is it. I will make a separate video for this later on. So there we go. Before we conclude everything, I am going to explain 4 and 5 point perspective in the next video, which will probably be the last in the series, for now. I hope this cleared up some unanswered things, and I wish you all luck on your journey. We will all take good care of ourselves now, won't we?